Alright, so I am finishing up the syrup. I just did this about an hour ago, and I wanted to show you how I strain it. Okay, so I let this sit on low for about 45 minutes, and then I took a masher, a potato masher, and I like to mash like the herbs. They'll sink down to the bottom, and I like to mash them up and get as much out of there as I possibly can. And then I wanted to show you how I strain. So I've got, this is how I do it. Now everybody does it a little different, which is obviously totally fine, but I like to get the most out of it that I can. So some people just use like a regular strainer. I like to put a cloth over this because then it'll catch all of the pulp, and then I can squeeze as much out as possible. So I'll show you this. And this is the same measuring cup that I put the liquid in. Okay, and then I just let it strain there, and you can see that it's coming through to the bottom. Okay, and then once it strains, I'll kind of move it around so that it strains out a little faster. And then I will squeeze it out. So let's see if I can do this one-handed because of the phone. Gotta figure out how to hold this phone when I've got to use both of my hands. Set it up so you can still see it. Okay, so the liquid's kind of gone out, and I'll grab the edges. This. Sorry, you can't really see. And okay, so there you go. And grab it like this, and then just kind of squeeze it out. Now it's pretty warm. You know, when you're in just the regular strainer, you can't squeeze out as much as possible from that. And then sometimes I'll keep the pulp, and you can actually put the pulp back in the pan, and you can add like another cup of water. Like if you have a really big family. If you have a big family and you want to get as much out of the herbs as possible, you could add another cup of water and let it sit in there for another hour, and you would get more medicine out of those plants. And then this is warm enough that I've got like half a cup of sweetener. Now when I first started giving this to my kids, like years ago, I added more sweetener than I add right now. But I've kind of decreased the amount of sweetener because my kids don't demand it as much. So if you're first starting out, you can add more sweetener, but you can gradually take the sweetener away, and then there you go. Then you've got this wonderful syrup. Now I wanted to talk about cost efficiency. Then I'll put this in this mason jar. Whoops, spilling all over the place. It's usually not such a mess when I have both hands here. And then you've got a full quart. You've got a full quart of syrup and stuff to give to your kids. So I wanted to talk about cost efficiency. So you've got, look at this bottle. So if you go to a natural herb, like a health food store, you can get like glycerin tinctures and stuff like elderberry syrup, but it usually is small, like this amount, you know, 2 to 4 ounces. For like $8, $9, $10. I've seen it for $12 to $15 before. Now when you make your own, like this, you can get a full quart for, like the packet is only $8, $7, $8. When you make your own stuff, it lasts longer, it's better for you, you know exactly what's in it. Now if you're just getting started with natural medicine stuff, then maybe you've gone towards Benadryl and more chemically based things to solve colds and flus and such. They're still not cost effective. I mean, for 8 ounces of that stuff, it's still, you know, $10, $11, $12, and it's masking the illness. It's trying to stop all of the, anyway, I'll do another video about that, but I wanted to just go over cost efficiency. It's so cost efficient, and this was easy. I mean, look how much stuff I got. And it was easy. I let it sit in the pan, sit there for an hour, strain it, use it, put it in the fridge. And this is good for 2 to 3 weeks. in the fridge. So I keep it, even if I don't use it all, I keep it around, so that way I'm just giving it to the kids to make sure that nothing comes around. So anyway, there you go. That's the straining.